publishing is when you're pitching a publishing house, you need to have a book proposal. That is like number one. So basically authors submit their manuscripts to agents or publishing houses, and then basically they give you an advance. So why I call it get paid to write your book is rather than just writing your book and, throwing in it, like trying to figure it out, let's try and, I always say, try and go for the publishing deal if you can. Try that first. Because why not get paid? It might be, if you've got a large platform, you could get 20K and up. I'd say if you've got a decent amount of followers and a website and a social media following and email list, you can make about 100K upfront. If you don't, I'd say, and it just, the book, again, they do care about story, but they care more about, are you going to sell books for them? That's really all they care about. So as long as the book proposal, when you're pitching them, seems like, yes, you can sell. And we'll talk about what that means with reach, because we can really fine tune how to get them to feel like, oh my God, this is amazing. I want to take you. You want to make it just really appealing to them in that sense. So you could maybe get 5K to start if you don't have anything like a platform or whatnot. You want to before the book launch comes out. But with this, though, traditional, and yes, they've got marketing and distribution. They do have a PR team. Are they always the best? They help for a while and they can get you on some big shows. I will say that you've got some support there. They have an editor that works with you. You can get a ghostwriter if you want. They really do hold your hand along that whole process. I'm going to give you the cons of traditional publishing. Actually, these are some more pros. They have an established reputation. You're not going to, your name's out there. Oh my gosh, I'm published with this. It makes you automatically sound better because it's a big publishing house. They have a wide distribution. You're in stores. That's a big one, because with self-publishing, you are not in stores. But with traditional, you are in stores. So again, these are pick your points of which you like and what you don't. If you guys want to screenshot this too, feel free. They have professional editing and design. If you don't know what you want your cover to look like, they're going to take care of that. Tons of marketing and the monetary advance. I'm going to go into the cons though. The cons are, if you are on a timeline, you don't get to control this. This is literally 12 to 14 months. It could be 16 months before you see your book published. It sounds like a long time. It is. It ranges, and it could be because there was a paper shortage last year, for example. It could be because there's a backup of books that are coming out. The cool thing about going with traditional publishing is they can see the launch of when other books are coming out. So they know when they launch yours, you're not competing against something else. It's a good timing. So that's a pro with it. But it is a lengthy process. You also have limited control. And what I mean is you can suggest what you'd like as the title. Doesn't mean it's going to stay. Most of the time it doesn't. And because they like to determine, they say they know what sells in bookstores, and they do. I mean, this is what they do. So you'd have to be okay with knowing that your title might not be the same as you had imagined. You could help give suggestions towards it. Absolutely. Same thing with the cover of the book. You might have a vision in your head and they're going to be like, nope. I will say one of the biggest things, the biggest no-nos is to put your face on the cover. That with any any publishing method, that is a hard no. People they don't like that. It doesn't, unless you are a celebrity. If you are a celebrity, that's a different story. If you're a major, household name, that's okay. Otherwise they don't like it. They hate it. So just letting you know now, if that's in your thoughts, take that out, because that's probably not going to happen. They will suggest artists for the cover and you get to choose. They'll have a whole list, which is kind of cool. And you get to go over and choose which artist you want to work with, which editor, which ghostwriter. If you decide you want a ghostwriter, you don't have to have one. In the back end, you only get around 15% back end. They will own the rights. And I say often here because it's not always, but the majority of the time, and again, it depends on your negotiations, at the time, but they typically own the majority of the rights for film and TV, and especially in foreign markets. What that means is your book is published in different languages in foreign markets, or translated into English their language in other areas. So they typically own all the rights to that. You still will get your 15% though.